Modern cities look incredibly complex, but many of their ideas were born thousands of years ago. Long before skyscrapers and highways, ancient civilizations were already designing organized streets, drainage systems, and public spaces. Some of these empires disappeared without explanation. Yet their urban ideas survived and quietly shaped the cities we live in today. One of the earliest examples appeared more than 4,000 years ago in the Indus Valley civilization. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro were built using perfectly aligned grid streets. Even more impressive was their underground drainage system, where homes connected to covered sewage channels beneath the roads. Many historians believe some cities didn't achieve sanitation like this again until the 1800s. But while the Indus people were perfecting city planning in South Asia, another empire was developing urban engineering on a completely different scale. While the Indus Valley mastered sanitation, ancient Rome perfected large-scale urban infrastructure. Roman cities were connected through an enormous network of engineered stone roads stretching across the empire. These roads allowed trade, armies, and communication to move faster than ever before. But Rome's most impressive system carried something even more important: water. Using massive aqueducts, fresh water flowed from distant mountains directly into the city. Public baths, fountains, and sanitation systems made Roman urban life incredibly advanced for its time. Many modern infrastructure systems still follow the same principles the Romans used 2,000 years ago. Yet while Roman engineers transformed cities across Europe, another ancient culture was designing urban spaces deep inside the jungle. Hidden inside the jungles of Central America, the Maya civilization built cities that combined architecture, astronomy, and urban planning. Large ceremonial plazas formed the center of these cities. Around them stood pyramids, temples, and administrative buildings arranged with remarkable precision. Many structures were aligned with the movement of the sun, moon, and stars. The Maya also created reservoirs and water management systems to support large populations despite seasonal droughts. These jungle cities functioned as powerful cultural and political hubs for centuries. But across the world, another civilization was experimenting with urban organization on a completely different scale. In the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, Mesopotamian cities became some of the earliest urban centers in human history. Cities like Babylon were massive hubs of trade, religion, and governance. Enormous defensive walls protected the population, while markets and neighborhoods formed organized districts. At the heart of many cities stood towering ziggurats, which served as religious and administrative centers. These early cities introduced many concepts still seen in modern urban society, including governance, law systems, and organized infrastructure. Yet even more structured city designs were emerging thousands of kilometers to the east. Ancient Chinese empires developed some of the most carefully planned cities of the ancient world. Imperial capitals were designed using strict grid patterns, dividing the city into organized districts. Large central avenues connected government buildings, markets, and residential areas. Massive walls surrounded these cities for protection and control. Urban planning also followed philosophical principles of balance and harmony with nature. This structured approach influenced city development across East Asia for centuries. But while these civilizations built powerful capitals on land, another empire learned how to design cities in one of the harshest environments on Earth. High in the Andes Mountains, the Inca Empire created cities that seemed impossible to build. Using precisely cut stone blocks, the Incas constructed structures that could withstand powerful earthquakes. Terraced farming systems transformed steep mountains into productive agricultural landscapes. Stone roads and bridges connected cities across thousands of kilometers of rugged terrain. Their engineering allowed entire urban communities to survive in one of the world's most challenging environments. But even earlier civilizations were experimenting with how cities should function socially. In ancient Greece, cities were not only places to live, they were centers of civic life. At the center of many Greek cities was the agora, a large public gathering space. Here, citizens debated politics, traded goods, and shared ideas. This concept of a central public space later inspired city squares, public parks, and civic centers across the world. Greek planners also experimented with structured street systems that influenced later urban designs. But while the Greeks focused on civic life, another civilization built cities around one of the world's most powerful rivers. Ancient Egyptian cities grew along the life-giving waters of the Nile River. The river allowed transportation, agriculture, and trade to flourish. Cities were carefully positioned to manage flooding and irrigation. Temples, administrative districts, and residential areas were often arranged in organized layouts connected by ceremonial roads. Large planned cities like Amarna showed evidence of deliberate urban planning thousands of years ago. But some ancient cities pushed architectural ambition even further. In Southeast Asia, the Khmer Empire built one of the largest pre-industrial cities in history. The city of Angkor was supported by an enormous network of canals and reservoirs. These water systems controlled seasonal flooding and provided irrigation for agriculture. Temples, roads, and neighborhoods were connected through a carefully designed layout. At its peak, Angkor may have supported nearly 1 million residents. But one more ancient civilization also left behind urban designs that continue to influence the world today. The Persian Empire introduced one of the earliest large-scale administrative urban systems. Cities across the empire were connected through the famous Royal Road, enabling communication and trade across thousands of kilometers. Administrative capitals were designed with palaces, markets, and residential areas arranged around central complexes. This network helped manage one of the largest empires in ancient history. The Persian approach to infrastructure and communication created systems that would inspire later civilizations and shape the development of cities for centuries.